California, who's going to have to find their hitting stroke, not only because Arizona has one of the most powerful lineups in all of collegiate softball. They have to counter with a very talented player in the circle, Melissa Denham, redshirt senior from Alvin, Texas. Spent 1 year at Louisiana Lafayette. The numbers are brilliant, and you're going to enjoy watching the deception that she has with the down ball. She'll keep her defense involved. Put up her third career no-hitter April 1st against Stanford. Since then, though, she has been a bit inconsistent and not living up to her own expectations. Part of the reason why Hannah Bowen now has moved into the Game 1 starting role, and Bowen picked up the shutout victory last night as Arizona got it done in 5. A grand slam by Hannah Peanut Martinez to invoke the run rule in the bottom of the 5th, 9-0 the final. And on cue, the player we started the broadcast with is at the plate. It's McKenna Smith. Took the color last night, 0 for 3. But the numbers have been sensational. 341, 6 home runs, 19 RBI. One of the real joys of our sport is player involvement and a great atmosphere in this outstanding venue. So terrific to have fans back, not full capacity yet. But the joint was jumping last night when Peanut went yard for her first grand slam of her career. Smith, the sophomore from Murrieta in Southern California, has been so steady and such an asset for not only a young team, but a team guided by a first-year head coach, Chelsea Spencer, one of the best players in Cal history, returning to Berkeley to guide her alma mater. Well, the count favoring Smith here, as Chelsea has infectious energy. I know that word is loaded now in 2021, but she is exuberant. I haven't played competitive sports in a long time, but when I got off the phone with her the other day, I was ready to lace them up again. And she is a realist about this season, specifically with the COVID issues. Not only no games for 20 days, they couldn't practice at all. Slow roller to short. And Smith is retired as Jesse Harper makes the easy play. And we'll be talking in detail about what Harper is hoping to do at the plate. We're on milestone watch here in Tucson. Harper sitting on 87 career home runs, NCAA's active leader. One away for Michaela Coelho, junior from Tracy in the Sacramento area of California. Lefty had a productive night last night. You can see the solid numbers. 2 hits and a walk. As the issue for Cal in that 9-0 shutout loss, returning to action after the long COVID hiatus, was missed chances. They left 8 batters on base, and they kept the pressure on Arizona. But if you give the Cats an opportunity, typically they will make you pay, especially here at fabled Hillenbrand Stadium, where they're flawless. Haven't lost a game all season long. 29 straight victories. Another terrific achievement. As you go through the honor roll of accolades here in Tucson, 1-2 pitch. So there are the particulars. Longest in the nation, but the issue for Arizona getting closer to postseason play is the disparity on the road, and they've had a real challenge against ranked teams as well. We'll get into those obstacles as the ball game rolls along. Count evens at 2-2. Coelho, a couple years ago, in her first year, Pac-12 all-freshman honors, first freshman to lead California in home runs and RBIs since the great Veronica Nelson in the year 2000. And takes that one down the line. It skips off the line. Base hit for Coelho. And Cal has one aboard with one down and a reason to flash that radiant smile. Well, a couple pitches earlier, she went that direction. And the lefty able to punch it the other way, sneaking it in for the base hit. Let's see what Sophie Medellin can do with this opportunity. Hitting .333, a home run, and 6 RBIs. The freshman from Santa Clarita went to Golden Valley High School. In her senior year, hit a staggering .657 with a slugging percentage of .1342. Won a national championship in Reno, Nevada with her team. This year had her first multi-hit game of her young career at Stanford in February. California will play against the Cardinal coming up this week, trying to get some of the games back that they lost when the program was shut down for nearly 3 weeks. And Cal keeps it going. Back-to-back hits now with one away in the top of the first. And here comes a player who can capitalize on this opportunity. Solid piece of hitting right through the hole. Putting 2 on for Alexis Bishop. We touched on just how productive she's been at the plate. You can see nearly .370 last night. Had a double and was hit by a pitch. True freshman from Novato in the Bay Area. San Marin High School, won conference MVP honors twice. Set a single season mark with a dozen home runs. 0-1 pitch. Chatting with her coach, Chelsea Spencer. She raved about Alexis, highlighting her great eye and work ethic. Wants to get better every single day. Denham having some issues with her control early on. The numbers have been terrific for the experienced player. 15-5 with a 194 ERA. But just can't find the zone to start this one. And she'll draw the conversation with Deja Mulipola, who has had a remarkable career here in Tucson and getting ready to represent her country with the return of softball to the Olympic Games, hopefully to be played this summer in Tokyo. One of 3 college players that are going to wear the stars and stripes for Team USA. Major chance here for Cal. And the top of the first, 3-1 pitch. Bishop was injured to start the year. Today, merely her 17th game and 11th start. But she has wasted no time in her return to the lineup. Payoff pitch. And so far, small sample size, that side of the diamond has been effective for California. Coelho the base hit, followed by Medellin single. Bishop looking to keep that streak going. Another 3-2 pitch. And that is vintage Denham. Caught the corner, Bishop caught looking. That one drifting right in over the heart of the plate. Nice motion there. Elena Agbayani will try to capitalize on this opportunity. If the last name sounds familiar, it should be. She's the daughter of Benny Agbayani. Had a nice run in the bigs. Major League outfielder from 98 to 2002. Became a folk hero in New York City as the Mets made that magical journey all the way to the World Series. Amiela also shining with a bat in her hand, a former softball player. Lena from Hawaii did not make the start last night, but she has tremendous experience to utilize. Gatorade State Player of the Year, won a state title in 2019. Limited action this year, just her 6th start, hitting .222. 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Looking for more here, and a big cut there. Count squares up at 2-2. Dedham trying to get out of this early jam. Here's the 2-2. Foul, but it was well read by Malia Martinez. She was tracking that ball the moment it left the bat of Agbayani. All she needed to do, as we'll take another look at just how close that ball was to either tag the runner, Coelho come in her direction, or go cross the diamond. Another 2-2 pitch. Agbayani does well to stay alive. Dedham in 2018 and 2019 earned third-team all Pac-12 honors. Of her 15 victories, 14 have been complete game affairs, and she's able to escape niftily there with the pop-out to Martinez. So, another squandered opportunity, healthy after a myriad of injuries. We mentioned Mulipola continuing to put up robust numbers, getting ready to play for Team USA this summer. Blasted a 2-run homer last night, giving her 15 this season to pace Arizona, setting the stage for the drama of Hannah Peanut Martinez with a grand slam in the fifth to kick in the run rule. For the second consecutive game, we'll see the ace for California. It is Chloe Romero, junior from Helendale, California. Texas transfer, and get used to that in this era of player movements, rightfully so in college sports. Last night took the loss to fall to 7-3 with a 2.57 ERA. Worked 4 innings, 4 earned on 7 hits, a walk, 1 K on 70 pitches, and let's see if the hottest hitter in the nation can keep it going in her very first at-bat. Janelle Mionyo last night wasted a little time with an infield hit in her traditional leadoff spot to extend the hitting streak to 26 straight, one of 3 infield hits last night. If she gets it on the ground, she's got a great chance of motoring the first. Up the middle, we'll see if she can leg out another hit. Well, Mionyo is the total package, because you can see just how well she defends the plate, and if she gets that ball in play, she is seemingly just a couple steps away from being on first base. And not much Tatum Anzaldo could do there. So Mionyo extends the hitting streak to 27 in a row. Second longest in Arizona history. To complement her .468 batting average, the best in the Conference of Champions. There she goes, and immediately she is in scoring position. Came into the game having only been caught once, now 12 of 13 this season. And this is textbook Arizona softball. Rada Karanko looks to make Cal pay. There's a drive. Left field. Out of here. Karanko goes deep. A 2-run homer. Her first of the year. And just that quickly, Arizona has a 2-0 lead over Cal. No doubt about it. And the good news for Arizona is Karanko is another player feeling much healthier than she did to start the year. Missed 22 games with a broken bone in her right hand. Well, we hit on the long ball last night for Arizona. And one of the players with that power surge now at the dish, Deja Mulipola. Lays off that pitch. It has to be so disheartening if you're taking on Arizona, especially here in Tucson, to look at this lineup And I'm not just being a Pac-12 homer. Find the flaw, top to bottom. And that's the same situation as down goes Wulipola on the strikeout. For UCLA, the reigning national champions. For Washington, with the weekend off. Arizona State, who finally took a series win over Arizona, matched up with Oregon. These superpowers have so much talent to utilize. And the stars keep on shining. Could it be another milestone for Jessie Harper, the redshirt senior from Stevenson Ranch, California, sitting on 87 career home runs. She is the NCAA's active leader in both home runs and RBIs. She hit that 87th shot last Friday against Utah. Now tied with former Arizona catcher Stacey Chambers for the fourth most in NCAA history. You can see how it looks in front of her. Now she's in pursuit of the all-time leader, Lauren Chamberlain, Oklahoma's megastar, who had 95 blasts, 2012 to 2015. Hitters count here, a 3-1 on the way. Harper hitting .320 this year. So she'll scoot down the first with the walk. One on, one away. Already a 2-0 Arizona advantage. Reyna Caranco with a blast to left field after Janelle Mionio led off with a single and didn't really have to move herself into scoring position. She got picked up instantly by Reyna. Today's designated player is Charlize Palacios, the redshirt freshman from Chula Vista, California. Had a monster series against Utah last week. 4 home runs against the Utes, a pair on Friday night. Last night went 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. Now checking in at .375 with 14 home runs. Just one behind now. Wulipola and 43 runs driven in. That's a quality toss by Chloe Romero, who got off to a tremendous start this year. You'll recall that Romero was 6-0 to kick things off. She led the conference with a microscopic 0.27 ERA before conference play got underway. Looking to bear down here, pardon the pun, at storied Hillenbrand Stadium, a real jewel in our sport, built in 1993. Essentially the first of its kind. Modern on-campus softball facility, fully renovated in 2019. A few brave souls out there in Cadreas corner in left field. They're soaking in the rays and hoping the Wildcats can keep it going at the plate. Good pitch thrown by Romero. And Palacios goes down with the second K of this home half of the opening frame. That one rising at the right moments. Cadrea has not only championship experience to draw on, he has players who are making the future now for Arizona. Real promising blend of upperclassmen and first-year players. 7 seniors with a career winning percentage of .797 among them. The player simply known as APC, Alyssa Palomino Cardoza. Great to see her healthy. Now in her 6th year, she's torn both ACLs. A few weeks ago, you saw it on Pac-12 Network in the Territorial Cup series over in Tempe. She had that scary moment, got tangled up at first base, sidelined with the knee injury. Thankfully came back last week against Utah. And Arizona's going to need her to be at full strength as they have their eyes on the prize, hoping to make another run to the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City. They were there in 2019, along with Washington and UCLA. Wind now kicking up. American flag and the Arizona flag blowing to left field. And a reminder, that's where Karanka was able to strike her blow with a home run in the second at-bat for Arizona. Alyssa, 1 for 3 last night. 347 home runs, 32 driven in. She's number 8 on the Arizona all-time home run list. If you can crack the top 10 for the Wildcats, you're a special player, and that really sums up what Palomino Cardoza has meant to this program. Big moment here. Romero deals. Well, the best are typically at their best in high leverage situations. 3-2 coming to Palomino Cardoza. Got a piece of McKenna Smith. I know the kids love the old-timey references. The tools of ignorance. Look it up. There was a stigma back in the day to play catcher. Not now, but the idea was you would have to turn off your brain to want to get behind the plate, not only with fastballs bearing down on you, you're in harm's way, especially with the tightened dimensions in our sport. Now we know that Palomino Cardoza is a free swinger, but she has such excellent knowledge of the zone. And some of the numbers we were talking about, you can get the national profile in addition to what Harper's been doing. There's Palomino, entrenched in the top 10 on Arizona's honor roll for home runs as well. It'll be another 3-2 pitch. This is turning into a marathon affair. Now, when I become commissioner of softball, that will be an out. If you play it off the net, it's in play. And for more hot takes, you can follow me on Twitter. It's BW Weber, Weber with 2 B's, but we know we live in a world of short attention spans, and every game has to pick up the tempo. This one punched into borderline foul territory, but there's Agbayani to put it away. Still, the damage is done. Reyna Karanka with a drive. Left field, a 2-run shot. Arizona leading 2-0 going to the seconds. After she hit the 2-run shot in the bottom of the first to give Arizona the quick 2-0 advantage, looking to pull off the 2-game sweep of this abbreviated series that was scheduled for 4. We're just happy to be playing softball on a glorious day here in Tucson after the COVID issues persisted for Cal. Had to cancel Wednesday's non-conference game in Santa Clara. Friday's game was canceled, and yesterday was supposed to be a doubleheader. Here's Cameron Kondo getting the start after she was not part of the festivities last night. Junior from San Carlos, making her 9th start of the year, .290 batting average. Part of a softball family with deep connections to Cal. Her younger sister Amanda, a freshman catcher who's played 1 game so far. Paternal grandmother, aunt, uncle, all proud Cal alumni. And you probably know this last name because her older sister, Mariko, played softball for the Bears after transferring into Berkeley. But it's part of a effort to get as many players as much time on the field as possible, especially young players, because technically California does not have a senior on the roster. Some of that a nuance of everybody got the extra season of eligibility when things shut down roughly 14 months ago. And Chelsea Spencer in the midst of trying to transform the culture, take this program back to where it used to be and candidly where it should be. That's what I'm talking about, a very young team. I'm fortunate to call a lot of sports here on Pac-12 Network. I have not done a game featuring no seniors in any sport. Patient at bat by Kondo. She's able to work her way to first. That'll bring Tatum Anzaldo to the plate. Hitting .214 with a pair of home runs, 7 RBIs. Freshman from Whittier, California, St. Paul High School grad. 2-time league MVP. Good all-around athlete, also played soccer. Had a moment to savor, hitting her first career home run against Santa Clara, and then backed it up with another shot against Oregon State on March 21st. So with Kondo at first, and Zaldo looking to pick her up. And this feeling a bit like what California had going to start the game. A reminder, they left 2 on in that promising first inning. A 1-1 pitch. That one driven out of play. You get a sense of the intimate dimensions here in Tucson. Part of that renovation. New bullpens, new outfield wall, and since we're talking facilities, congratulations to Cal. The generosity of NFL great Ron Rivera and his wife Stephanie, former Cal athlete as well, a basketball standout, stepping up financially, committing $500,000 to Cal's softball facility project. Going to be renamed the Rivera Family Cal Softball Field, in part because of their connection with Chelsea Spencer. Got to know Chelsea when she was playing pro ball for the Rockford Thunder near Chicago. And you're talking Rivera, you're talking Super Bowl shuffle. And that legendary Bears defense in the mid-'80s before he went on to be a Super Bowl appearing head coach in Carolina, now guiding the Washington football team, and a very proud California alum. 1-2. And Zaldo watches that one trail away. So while the numbers have been sensational for Dedham, because this program and because this pitcher have such lofty expectations, now it's a matter of everybody, including Alyssa, to fine-tune things down the stretch run of conference play. And looking forward to postseason. I'm not putting anybody into the NCAA tournament yet, but when you're number 9 in the nation, the RPI in the same vicinity, we could say with a high degree of confidence, Arizona will be going back to postseason play. There's the second strikeout of the game, put together by Dedham. Zaldo was a bit tardy, and that ball would have been tough to locate as it was precisely placed. Another opportunity for a player who has been a reserve here at the plate. Morgan Zamora, today's designated player, making her 14th starts. There's the breakdown. Sophomore from Southern California. Didn't play in the abbreviated 2020 season. Shows bunt. Dedham feels her position well and makes the only play she had over the first. Well, I'm guessing Morgan's dad, Ed, watching, will enjoy that fundamentally sound play by his daughter, because Ed played baseball at Cal State San Bernardino. Well, I know in baseball we're talking about kill the bunt, sacrifice. Still alive and well in essence in softball. Pushing Kondo over into scoring position for Sabrina Nunez. Had a hit last night. Sabrina, 357. Another Cal dominant family. Mother Cecilia, an alumnus. Uncle also went to school in Berkeley. That one chopped to short, but it's going to be late. And runners on the corners now. Solid job at the plate by Nunez as the lefty stepped into that one and slapped it to the left side, and she had that beat by a few steps, sending Kondo to third. Nunez across the diamond from her, and things working out strategically well for California. Top of the order for their marquee player. McKenna Smith looking for her first hit in this short series. 0 for 3 last night. Grounded out to short to start this game. If you go back to 2020, Smith put up a batting average of .481. Tied for the conference lead when play shut down. Good for number 21 in the nation, and had a 19-game hitting streak she took into the early stages of this year. That one skied, but a tricky trajectory, and Carly Skupin unable to get there. Love the rhythmic cheering from the dugouts. I know I am a chatty broadcaster, but between all of the verbiage from the booth, ambient sound is the rhythm of this sport. Smith grounds out. Martinez with a nifty play. So for the second strong half of the second inning, it's Arizona in front of California 2-0. Wildcats tried to stay perfect at home this year, run the undefeated record to 30 straight. It's Malia Martinez in the leadoff role. Third baseman, one of two Martinez on the roster. We'll see Hannah, who everybody calls Peanut, due up in a couple. Batters. Mara had to wait a long time as Cal had a lengthy half inning, but once more was left standing on the brink of pushing a run across, as it's going to be a leadoff hit for Martinez. She scolded that ball to the left side. Went down and got it. Medellin unable to rein it in. Malia backing up her .327 batting average. Here's the reigning Pac-12 Player of the Week. And the freshman, Carly Skupin, from here in Tucson, went to Tucson High School, has been the very definition of dialed in. 2 for 3 last night. There's the stat line as she single-handedly crushed Utah, earning Pac-12 Player of the Week honors for the second time this season. First Cat to get that done since Jessie Harper in 2017, and she went deep, and I mean it, last night. If you follow Arizona baseball, you know what it means to be part of the Giddings Club. There's old Giddings Gym. Carly put it on top of that iconic structure. This one will stay in the park, but be effective. Base hit will create runners on the corners, and for Skupin, that blast unofficially made her the 7th member of the exclusive Giddings Club, including her current teammate, Alyssa Palomino Cardoza. It's been almost impossible to get Skupin out. 9th home run yesterday, 31 RBIs, .344 batting average. Here's Peanut Martinez, the heroine last night. First career grand slam, shows butt. And he gets back into the traditional stance. So named because when Hannah was growing up, she was typically the smallest player on any team she competed for. And one coach said, "Hey, Peanut, we admire how hard you're playing out here." And the name stuck, but it also reflects just how intense and vocal the junior from Garden Grove, California is. Scrappy is an overused adjective, but it's fitting for this player. Came up with just her 3rd home run of the season and sent everybody home last night with 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. And she crushed that grand slam. There was never any hesitation. That ball was leaving in a hurry. And with an opportunity to take advantage of the hitter's count. So Martinez got aboard with that sharply hit ball to third. Skupin took it to the outfield. Been rewarding to see the hard work of Hannah Martinez pay off. Everybody had difficulties last year, especially when word was spreading the season was going to end. So she finished merely at .239, as mentioned, hitting over 300 this year into foul territory. Well played by Agbayani. And she did her job with the quick throw to home. Smith was right there, but not even a threat from Malia Martinez. Now the hits just keep on coming for Janelle Meonio. Led off the game by extending the hit streak to 27 consecutive games. And nothing but infield hits in this series. 3 last night, scoring a run. She has scored 1 of the 2 runs for Arizona thus far. Came around on Reina Caranco's home run. That one drilled into left center. It'll score Martinez. Skupin to third. And it's an RBI double for a player who has been virtually impossible to get out. Meonio is simply wearing out the competition. Extra base hit draws another RBI, and we're going to have the conversation on the mound. Pitching coach for California is Mitch Roberts. Came over from Tulsa, part of an outstanding coaching staff there as the Golden Hurricane in 2020 finished in the top 6 nationally in the ERA category. And not surprisingly, activity in the California bullpen already. It's the same player who came into the game last night, unfortunately from the Cal point of view, gave up the grand slam to Peanut Martinez. Sona Halajian getting loose. Caranco homered her first time up, looking to do more damage with runners at second and third. First home run of the year for the 2019 Pac-12 batting champion when she finished the year at .433. Amazingly, became the first Arizona player to win a conference batting title. Think about all of the remarkable achievements this program has produced. The hit parade continues. Base hit and another RBI, 3rd of the game for Caranco. Skupin is home. Meonio to 3rd. All of this happening with merely 1 out. Caranco attacked that pitch. Drove it briskly to right field. And here's the problem for Chloe Romero. It's not going to get easier in this lineup because Arizona's 3rd hitter has done incredible things as well. Now she gets set to represent Team USA in the Olympics. Lipola. And the bluff to second as Smith was mindful that could have been a double steal. Instead, it'll be Karanka moving into scoring position. So now a pair of runners that could be driven in if Mulipola gets a hold of a pitch he likes. A reminder, go back to last night, a 2-run home run for the All-American. That one more pedestrian, but equally effective down the line for extra bases. 2 more runs score, and it's all Arizona to start this game. 6-0 Cats on top here at the bottom of the second. That ball bludgeoned down the line past Medellin. 2 more RBIs for Mulipola. Give her 49 this season. That one driven and gone. And history for one of the finest players in Arizona softball history. Career home run number 88 for Jesse Harper. Crowd appreciative of this sensational drive. Got under it and took it deep to left field. That ball left quickly. Well, it had been a bit of a wait for a player as talented as Jesse Harper. Had not homered since last Friday, but as Arizona has been locked in at the plate, she got in on the act, and that'll chase Chloe Romero. Not nearly as effective as last night when Romero went 4 innings, 4 earned runs on 7 hits. Different feel to this game, although it's approaching the same score line. Arizona won 9-0 last night when the run rule was invoked in the bottom of the 5th. We're heading in that direction here with merely 1 away in the bottom of the 2nd, and just as was the case last night, Romero gives way to Sona Halajian. There's the line on a dual threat, 2-way player who has been very productive at the plate for California in terms of the details in the circle to really crank it up. The win-loss record not reflecting what she's meant to the team, and that's the history we have been talking about. Harper continues to move up the honor roll as she takes a step forward past Stacey Chambers and a few others there. You see right behind that impeccable spot on the all-time list, it's now solely Jesse Harper in 3rd place in Arizona history. So the dilemma for Halajian is she's pressed right into action. She got a matchup against Charlize Palacios, designated player for Arizona, who struck out, was fanned by Chloe Romero her first time up. We're still just in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Feels much later from the Cal perspective, given the offensive pyrotechnics we've already seen this afternoon, but Halajian is capable of keeping opponents off balance. Last night, she only was credited with 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, a walk, and then that grand slam by Peanut Martinez. So she was on the hook for 5 runs, but she can really crank it up there with high velocity. trying to reduce the 4.20 ERA, and that home run in grand fashion to Martinez was her 11th long ball, yielded in 48 1/3. But she started Cal's season opener against St. Mary's, went the distance against Stanford with 7 Ks. And I have respect for any player who's rocking number 98. Says something about your personality. Anybody can be 1, 2, 3, or 4. You put on a 98, you're believing in your game. Sona from San Anselmo, California, went to Drake High School. Two. Well, Palacios probably looking to match Muli Pola, who now has sole possession of the team lead in home runs with her 15th last night. Charlize just 1 behind. Comes from a softball family. There was that great scene a couple weeks ago when Arizona drove over to Tempe to match up once more in the Territorial Cup Series against Arizona State, and Charlize's older sister, Sachelle, a star for Arizona State, now playing for the Mexican national team, was rocking that t-shirt with Charlize's bid emoji on it. Great to have family support. This ball driven to left field. Gone! The balls are flying out of Hillenbrand Stadium this afternoon. After Harper went deep, Palacios able to match with a long ball of her own. And on cue, she's got her 15th home run of the year, tied with Muli Pola for the club lead. And I know we're focusing on softball, but since it's a championship Sunday on the PGA Tour in Florida, a lot of these shots feel like we're at a driving range. Palacios went down to get that one and was able to lift it to left field. And that's also smart hitting, because we have been mentioning, and the flags reflect, that's where the wind is going. I didn't pay a lot of attention in physics, but good things happen when you put the ball into the jet stream here, as the wind has been kicking up since it was more mundane at first pitch. Nothing but hits so far for Arizona after Alyssa Palomino Cardoza flew out to start the game. She's got the base hit to right field, and there's still just 1 out. And now my scoreboard is officially a mess. Now, technology says I can follow along on the app. You should. But I'm old school and try to write this stuff out on a manila piece of boarding, and it's shot now because Arizona has batted around. Here's Martinez. She got things going as the leadoff hitter in this frame. If you go back to the beginning of the inning, I know it feels like eons ago, it was just a 2-0 Arizona lead. Martinez came around to score the first of this avalanche of runs, with opportunities for more for the Wildcats. Well, Martinez hoping May will be as effective as the month of April was. Malia was magnificent. .444 batting average in a large sample size. We're talking about a month of play went 20 of 45, 7 home runs, a team high 22 RBIs in 16 games. And if you watched the live stream last night, she had a pair of loud outs, both to deep center field. She gets this one in the air and might be on its way out once more to left, because that's where all the action has been today. Oya, the redshirt senior from Poway, a fixture at third base. She has only missed 1 start over the last 4 seasons, make it 185 of 186 starting for the Cats at third base. Get a sense of the modified capacity here at Hillenbrand. We know it's always typically rocking at the Rita, as Arizona's in contention to host postseason play once more. Dribbler to short, but the adversity continues for California. Tatum Anzaldo can't handle it. So that was routine for Tatum. And you can see that smile. She knows that she's capable of superior play, but unfortunately it feels like just one of those days for California. E6. So that's what I was alluding to. The other day, NCAA announced 20 sites are in contention and 16 will be chosen. Arizona in great shape to host regional play, and then there'll be another evaluation process for super regional competition. And Kendra has hosted so many significant postseason games here in Tucson, but it's going to be a tremendous experience for young players like this player, scooping up the middle. She's got the RBI, and the rating Pac-12 Player of the Week continues to shine for Arizona. It's 10-0, still 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Scooping right through the circle. There was not going to be much that Sabrina Nunez could have done with that. And we'll have a pinch run situation here as the meeting on the mound led by Chelsea Spencer. It'll be Julia Kutsoyanopoulos, the freshman from Mission Viejo. Not a steal situation here with runners at first and second, but she's been good in that area. 5 for 5 this year. Competes for the Italian national team, the freshman from Mission Viejo. Went to Capistrano Valley High School. So there's Julia. And it feels like now we're going to see a variety of players for both teams. Still just 1 away. Runners at first and second in an 8-run second inning for Arizona. And here is Peanut Martinez. Up for the second time in this inning. Flied out in her first at-bat. But she's going to be mentally revisiting that grand slam last night with 2 away in the 5th. That was the margin of victory. Got the run rule involved and lifted Arizona to that 9-0 win for a very long time. Well, last night's victory came on the strength of 10 hits. Arizona already has 11 hits, leading to 10 runs and a 10-0 advantage here in the bottom of the second. Down goes Martinez. And as cliched as it sounds, California just has to stay the course. Take it one batter at a time and try to find some positive building blocks. And if you watch softball over the years, no lead is safe. But you get the sense Arizona's not done at 10-0, in part because they have Janelle Meoño back up there. Start of the game with a leadoff hit to extend the hitting streak now to 27. Backed it up with the double and the RBI. That came here in the bottom of the second. And that one, a tricky chance that California can't field. Here's the throw to the plate. It's late. Another run scores. Martinez is safe. It's 11-0. Arizona still batting in the second. Another RBI for Meoño. Meoño has so much skill at her disposal, and that ball was going to require either Anzaldo, who's committed an error in this inning, or Medellin to take charge. So it was placed perfectly. And then the throw from Agbayani was just a touch late. It's all Arizona. Pounding California, 11-0. Karanko got it started. She's back up at the plate with that 2-run homer in the first inning. Well, when Reyna was sidelined, she couldn't play important games against Florida State and Washington, and Arizona did not get the results they were looking for, in part because they were not at full strength. And while this has been an offensive showcase, there's still a day here at Hillenbrand Stadium, a hot afternoon in Tucson, temperatures climbing into the low 90s, but Arizona scorching as well. And we're pleased to be joined by head coach Mike Andrea. Well, Mike, I would imagine this is precisely what you were looking for after the dramatic conclusion last night. Pina Martinez with the grand slam. Your team keeps it rolling today.
Yeah, very happy, that we're keeping pressure on them offensively, and want Denham to have some good innings right now. But we're good, happy with where we're at right now. Not much to say.
Mike, when we chatted, I asked you about Janelle Meoño, and now the hit streak's at 27 straight. How was she able to be so effective every time at the plate?
You know, she's just got a good presence, very emotional stability. She doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and she's got great hand-eye coordination. So she's able to do a lot of things at the plate, so it's fun to watch.
One more for you because of the historic nature. You have coached so many talented players. What makes Jessie Harper such a special athlete, and person for that matter?
Well, I think the big thing is her passion for the game and her work ethic. You know, she works very hard every day and loves playing the game, and she's a good hitter. I mean, she's got quick hands. Sometimes she gets herself out because she swings at some bad pitches, but when she swings at strikes, she usually squares them up and hits them pretty well. So really happy to have her.
Mike, we appreciate the visit. Thanks so much for your time.
All right, bear down.
With the quintessential conclusion, and we always appreciate the access all of our friends across the conference give us, taking you inside our sport and taking you behind the curtain. Play was not going to resume until Coach was available, so as much as I could have gone on for another 10-15 minutes, we're not doing talk radio here. It's a softball game. After all, you need that parasol on a hot Sunday here in Tucson, Arizona. Locked in, and a ton of work for California to do, trying to claw their way back into this one, spotting Arizona the 11-0 advantage. McKellar, Coelho, base hitter first time up. This one lifted quickly to left center field. And APC settles underneath it, and a chance now for Arizona not only to, as Mike Andrea alluded to, find their rhythm, especially in the circle, because when the game story is written, presuming something fundamental does not change, and I'm not putting this one in the win column for either team yet, it could have a lopsided score. But if you were with us from the very beginning, California had their chances. They left 2 on in the first, 2 more in the second. Denham, who was part of the reason why Arizona is in the top 6 in the conference in hits allowed per 7 innings. She's yielded 3 so far. Was not at her best, candidly, to start the game. Now, the stat line is still flawless, but she's capable of brilliant things. A soft pop out to Jessie Harper quickly, 2 up, 2 down, as Medellin is retired. And here comes Alexis Bishop. Well, in many ways, Bishop representing the profile of this program, a true freshman, making the most of her opportunities after she was banged up to start the year. Hit her first college home run against Utah on April 9th. Proved to be the game winner that was prior to the hiatus. And in addition to not playing a game for 20 days between that Utah series and last night's opener here in Tucson, because of the COVID restrictions in the city of Berkeley, Cal could not practice until this week. And that's been one of the teachable moments for all of Cal sports. I called a California soccer game. I discussed it with Chelsea Spencer. Cal men's soccer didn't train for over 300 days, yet they were in contention to advance to the NCAA tournament heading into the regular season finale against UCLA. Soft fly ball to Mionio, 3 up, 3 down, and Arizona. Those who have come out here to root on Mike Andrea's team have had a lot to be enthusiastic about, and we'll have wholesale changes. I will do my best to keep you updated, but I didn't get into sports to be an accountant. I'm here to tell you stories such as, how is the Pac-12 doing nationally? Well, as you might imagine, given the dominance of our conference in this sport, Pac-12 well represented. When it comes to national acclaim, Oklahoma, number 1 in the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association poll for the 9th consecutive week, but you can see the reigning national champions checking in at number 2. UCLA hoping to pull off a 4-game sweep with another victory over Utah today. Washington with the weekend off. Oregon and Arizona State playing a series in Tempe that's going to hinge on whomever wins today in terms of conference victories. And masks back on. We have people who understand where we're at as a society. I know I'm not giving you my commentary. We're just following the rules here. If you watched the on-camera opening, I was having some challenges myself, but I like to talk, so we got through it. So it's 11-0 Arizona dictating the terms against California. And we're going to talk about Arizona's connection to Olympic softball coming up. Deja Mulipola, one of 3 college players who's going to represent her nation. That one right back to Soda. Mulipola scoots into scoring position after she had the comebacker that Alajian couldn't field. Another big opportunity for Harper, who's already been a difference maker and continues to make history for Arizona. And you can see just how impactful the top of the order has been. They have been sensational. That one goes the other way. Well, not too long ago, another historic swing and drive for Jessie Harper. 88th career home run. She's the NCAA active leader. Number 2 all-time here in Arizona. And the goal was to get to 95 or better. That is a well-fielded ball. Nicely done by Sophie Medellin to retire Harper. 95, the record set by Lauren Chamberlain of Oklahoma, NCAA career leader after she finished her career in 2015. Medellin was well positioned and did not have to move too much as she was able to rein that one in. Here's Devin Netz, pinch hitter, as Charlize Palacios' day is done. We have activity in the Arizona bullpen, no surprise. Swing and a miss. That's Mariah Lopez getting loose for Arizona. Netz, the freshman from Sierra Madre, California, although she moved to Tucson to wrap up her high school career. So a graduate of Ironwood Ridge here in Tucson. So a Tucsonian playing her college ball for the U of A. Looking for the RBI. In just her 4th game of the year. Goes down on strikes. Delagian had that one fall off the shelf. And another pinch hitter for Arizona. Here's Jasmine Parachica, freshman from La Quinta in the Palm Springs area. Went to Palm Desert High School. Chops that one foul. Was an all-state performer in Southern California. So that really is the key asset of having such a commanding lead. The opportunity for Candrea to get players off the bench, give them valuable at-bats in conference competition. Punch to left field. And the side is retired. But what this team has done all season long, number 1 in the conference at the plate, getting on base, making the most of their opportunities. They've been cranking up the home runs after it took them a bit of time to get going last night before the run rule got involved with 2 away in the 5th. But early on in that game, prior to the Peanut Martinez grand slam, as that ball will be caught. This play in right field. Mionio is certainly a player to watch all over the field when she's out there. For Arizona, feels like, as I was chatting with Mike Candrea about, because it was a little bit of a sluggish start last night, and then Mulipola found the home run stroke, and Skupin went deep, and then the grand slam by Peanut Martinez. This one, they wasted little time. Just went completely into home run derby mode in the 2nd inning. And this is what Arizona's looking for. Now it comes down to playing better against ranked opponents, and they're going to have the opportunity. Because coming up, they're going to Oregon next week, and then a showdown series here in Tucson against number 2 UCLA, the Bruins co-champions with Washington in 2019, and then went to Oklahoma City and won it all. And I mentioned the pinch hit appearance by Paris Chica. She's out there in the field, as unfortunately. Pitch comes in on Cam Kondo. So Cameron will take a base after she walked the last time up. And that's what I was looking for. So we have Mionio moving over into center field. Alyssa Palomino Cardoza's day is done. Dayton has been splitting time historically with Peanut Martinez. And the pinch runners getting a chance to get some time in the field as well, as opportunities now becoming more precious for California. One out here in the top of the 4th. Unless something radically dramatic occurs at the plate, Cal is now 5 outs away from the run rule being invoked. Pinch hitter for California, Diashi Saiki, freshman from Hawaii. Hitting just 189 this year, although was instrumental in Cal's last series against Utah. Hit her first home run of the year, second of her career, and highlight so far for her on the field, a spectacular performance against the Fordham Rams. Had a 5 RBI game in 2020. 3-time first team All-State honors in Hawaii. Hit .578 in 2019. And important for a young player like Saiki to have reps against one of the most experienced pitchers in all of collegiate softball in Denham. Touched on her no-hitter against Stanford, 3rd of her career. That's routine, and it'll be late for double play there, but Kondo's retired at second. And that'll bring up Morgan Zamora with 2 away and a runner on. California hoping not to be shut out for the 2nd straight game after they waited so long to get back on the field after that Utah series. COVID protocols took over. Couldn't play against Stanford. Missed a non-conference game against San Jose State, 4 more against Arizona State. Wednesday's game against Santa Clara, all wiped out, including the first 2 of what was scheduled to be a 4-game set here in Tucson. But they have the right person to lead them forward, and one of their greatest players, Chelsea Spencer, now the head coach. Well, Arizona is shining in every phase of this game as they're cruising past. McKenna Smith is done behind the plate. Casey Zobak takes over, and a pinch hitter, Izzy Pacho. Is he looking for a first hit of the year? Well, always great when you look down at the stat line and see nothing but zeros, and that's a reason to smile. Playing in just the 8th game of the season. Went with it. Right up the box and safely through. And that's called maximizing your opportunity. Quick swing, base hit, and get out of the heat. Get back in the dugout. So, with the pinch runner situation for Arizona, and that's Malia Martinez. At bat now for Julia Kutso-Yiannopoulos, who's taken over at first base after she was a pinch runner early this year. As we get closer to postseason play, stolen bases often a huge element, and Arizona's been very good in that part of the game. Unlike baseball, it's not been outlawed by analytics in softball. Think about what Isabella Dayton has done in her career. She was 10 of 10 in 2020. Julia this year 5 of 5 in successful thefts. And she is looking to get a hold of that ball, but that was a monumental challenge and well done by Sona Halajian. But you get the sense, better days are coming for California. Many lessons can be learned along the way, especially when you're playing the very best in the nation in our conference with quality opponents like Arizona and a exceptionally young team. Now, I talked about Isabella Dayton and what she's done stealing bases. Redshirt freshman from Wiley, Texas. Often takes over for Peanut Martinez in right field. Cut on and missed. Hit .302 in the shortened 2020 season. Last night was a pinch runner in the 5th. Good athlete at Wiley High School in Texas. Basketball, track as well, and hit .602 with 50 stolen bags. Her senior year earning first team All-State honors. It'll be a 2-2 pitch. No question, the Pac-12 is the 5 years at Oregon with 4 trips to the Women's College World Series. Also an assistant at Texas. You know all about their history. Here is Sophia Carroll. As you can see, limited action. Cal looking to end things quickly in this inning. And if you're an optimist, and I know this will sound like I'm looking for the half-full proposition, other than that second inning, Cal has played well in important situations in this brief 2-game series. Clearly, the at-bat against Hannah Martinez did not go well last night with the grand slam with 2 away in the 5th, lifting Arizona into that 9-0 win with the run rule getting involved. And then Cal exploding on the receiving end of 9 runs put up by Arizona in the seconds. Well, we could be getting redshirt senior from Saugus, California, spent 3 years in Oklahoma, holds the Sooner career record for win percentage. An amazing 962, went 51-2 in Norman. Last year led Arizona in wins with 11. Also, their ERA leader and strikeouts top performer. She's taken a bit of a step back this year. Velocity down a little, giving way to more home runs than she would prefer, but it's really a reflection of just how well Hannah Bowen, who's taken over as the opening game starter and was the winning pitcher last night in the 9-0 victory, and Alyssa Denham have been in front of Mariah Lopez. So Cal down to its last 3 outs, but still fully engaged emotionally with Sabrina Nunez at the plate and a 1-2 pitch. Now, talking to Chelsea Spencer, she reminded me of practical advice in any walk of life. You can't control the outcome, but you can control the level of effort. She's been real pleased with how her team has dealt with so much adversity. California couldn't train in the fall. Obviously, we have different approaches throughout different counties in the Pac-12, and things highly restrictive in the city of Berkeley. And then going through the long hiatus. And while the record presumably will drop to 16-14, 3 of 8, as you take a look at the body of work, you can see that they will reflect on what they did against Utah and wonder what if, because they won 3 of 4 against the Utes, and then everything was shut down because of the COVID issues. And then to have to get on the plane, come down to Tucson, deal with the heat. Thankfully, last night was an evening game, but still 90 degrees at first pitch, and take on one of the best programs in the history of our sport, number 9 Arizona, undefeated at home. This was a mighty challenge for California. And more of the same for Mike Candrea, looking for another appearance in the Women's College World Series. He's been there personally 22 times. Remember, he missed one trip due to Olympic duties. 23 appearances for the program. Opportunity for Casey Zobak, who's taken over for McKenna Smith as the catcher. Casey, the freshman from San Jose, talented player who graduated from Valley Christian High School, 4-time conference player of the year, 3-time first-team All-State, and hit her first career grand slam against the Gauchos of Santa Barbara with a .268 batting average, and now a runner in scoring position. California gonna keep on battling to the very last out. Nunez now 3 of 3 in stolen bases this year. Zoback looking to pick her up and also make sure that Cal doesn't get blanked. Well, no one wants to lose. You certainly don't want to be shut out either. Arizona on the brink of extending the home winning streak to 30 straight. They haven't lost a home game this year. Longest active streak in the nation. Longest for Arizona since they won an incredible 71 straight in the early years of the new millennium, 2000 to 2002. Raya Lopez fielding her position well in the circle. Cal gets Nunez over to third. Michaela Coelho behind 0-1. That one a bit off the mark, according to our home plate umpire, Scott Tomlinson. Can't be easy for the men in blue to be out there in this heat, especially when you're behind the plates. That one lifted to left field. Nunez tagging. And California will not be shut out. They are on the board. 11-1 now. Down to their last outs. RBI for Michaela Coelho. Here's Nicole Hammoudi, representing Cal's last hope. Limited action this year, the freshman. Staying close to home, grew up in Oakland, went to Bishop O'Dowd, a powerhouse in the Bay Area. And that's the fitting conclusion to a dominant performance by one of the best teams in the nation. Number 9, Arizona, cruising past California, although credit the tenacity of the Golden Bears. Not shut out. Push a run across in the 5th as the run rule is invoked for the second straight game in this brief 2-game set. 9-0 the final last night. 11-1 Arizona this afternoon. Still undefeated at home. Have not lost a home game all season long. Now 30 consecutive victories here at Hillenbrand Stadium. And Arizona has also now won 6 consecutive